It's not the right time. Someone else would be better. I'm not good with children. Or I'm just too busy. These are among the most common excuses given when we're trying to find volunteers for children's ministry. Whether it's being a Sunday school teacher or event volunteer, there's never a shortage of excuses that people can find to not get involved. But what if we stopped thinking about children's ministry as something only taught 1 hour a week? What if we stopped segregating our children from the rest of worship and the rest of the church? And what would it actually look like if children were visible, heard, and joint participants? Today, I want to suggest that children's ministry is not something for a select few. It's something that takes the whole village. So, throughout the Old and New Testaments, we find commands given to the children of God regarding our children. Over and over, they're told to teach their children, to instill upon them the word of the Lord, to make sure they carry with them and instill in their hearts these commands. Children are mentioned in celebrations. They're mentioned as going to festivals. Even Jesus, when he comes onto the scene, is traveling with his whole family to a festival in Jerusalem, and then attends the synagogue and is found teaching in the synagogue. Children are referenced as being vital, a vital part of the faith community. It's also shown that they must grow up in the faith community. This is where it's going to get a little real. If you're a part of the faith community, you're already a part of children's ministry. You have a very important role to play. There's no choice. You have no excuse. I want to throw out 3 important ways that you should consider reevaluating how you're already influencing children's ministry. The first is that you're influencing their context. The second is you're influencing their education. And the third is that you really are helping them belong to the church. So let's take a look at context for a second. What does that mean? Their environment, the kind of personality that your church has. Every church is different. We find churches with more traditional worship experiences. We find churches that are contemporary. We find churches that are happening in homes, churches that happen in fields, by the beach, in buildings that are historical. Every church has a different style and, like I said, a different personality. So as a part of that church, you are contributing to that context. You're contributing to the environment that child is growing up in. So you need to ask yourself, what context am I creating? What am I trying to convey to these children? How am I influencing their perception of what a Christian community looks like? The second way that you're influencing children's ministry already is through education. Children don't only learn from curriculum. They don't only learn from papers and coloring pages and Bible stories. They learn from observation. They learn from looking at their environment, looking at that context you've created, and picking up on different nuances. They hear the songs you sing. They hear the way that you're interacting and see the way you're interacting with the worship pastor, with the message. They see what you do when you take that message home with you. So you're involved in educating them whether or not you actively participate. So when it comes to education, children learn in many, many different ways. And in the same way that they learn, we need to observe the fact that we